This is Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Our guest today, Ted Lieu, member of the California State Senate. And sir, for the second year in a row, you have authored and the governor has signed groundbreaking legislation. First in the nation legislation. Last year was tanning beds. This year it deals with gay reparative therapy, gay conversion therapy. What is that?
It is when a therapist falsely promises parents that they can change their child from gay to straight. All the medical studies show that you can't do that, and when you try, it actually harms the patient.
So under the legislation, which has been signed, it will be illegal for a licensed therapist to engage in that therapy for minors.
That is correct. For a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or a licensed therapist. But the bill does not apply to religious institutions or priests or pastors. They can still teach whatever they want to teach about their religion.
What about adults?
So we let adults do risky and stupid things in society. And so yes, adults could still get this therapy. It won't work and it will cause them harm if they try it.
If I remember correctly, the initial draft of the bill did outlaw it completely. Am I right?
That is correct. And through the legislative process, it was very difficult to get this bill through, and so we had to make some compromises. But at the end of the day, we feel really good we're able to protect children and minors against this. And there is an added burden that government has to protect children. It's a duty of government, and government routinely intervenes to protect children from harm.
But what about the role of the parents? I mean, the parents arguably should be able to make medical decisions on behalf of their children. Mental health is a medical decision. How do you respond to those concerns?
So this law looks at it from the view of the practice of medicine, and it says that a psychiatrist or psychologist cannot practice a medical technique that has no basis in medicine and harms patients. Nothing to do with parents. Parents can still teach their children whatever they want to teach them, but this says that therapists and psychiatrists and doctors cannot practice a therapy that has no legitimacy in the house of medicine.
So upon the signing of the bill, there were 2 lawsuits filed almost immediately.
Yes.
And as I understand it, both of those lawsuits focus upon a First Amendment challenge.
Correct.
And it's not the freedom of religion side.
No.
Because as you said, this bill does not apply to clergy. It deals with the freedom of speech.
Right.
And the therapist's right to speak as they choose.
Right.
What's your response with regard to those lawsuits?
It's a frivolous lawsuit, and that's because patients don't seek psychiatrists to get their political point of view. They seek psychiatrists for medical treatment. And the First Amendment has never been held to protect psychiatrists and psychologists from medical malpractice claims or abuse claims, simply because how they practice their medicine involves some speech.
So what's the enforcement mechanism? Is it criminal? Is it civil? Is it loss of license?
It's loss of license. So the American Psychiatric Association says if you practice reparative therapy, it can cause great harm to patients. This law simply gives that an enforcement mechanism and says if you're going to keep doing that, even though your own association tells you not to, you can get delicensed.
Now, if I remember correctly, after your tanning bed bill passed, I think it was the state of New Jersey jumped on board and said, we want to try something like that. What's happening with this bill? Because as you know, sir, the signing of this bill got national attention.
So New Jersey,
again
is looking at introducing a law in their state.
Do you have a friend who's
bill.
a representative?
No, it's a good state.
Okay, there you have it.
I know last year Vermont also enacted a ban for indoor tanning for minors as well. But I know other states are looking at the reparative therapy ban. Many of their organizations supporting this law are talking to legislators in other states.
Okay, let us know what happens. I'm interested.
Thank you.
Okay, his name is Ted Lieu. He's a member of the California State Senate. My name is Brad Pomerance. We thank you so much for watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.